This movie is a mind fuck, literally, but we'll get to that later. The movie Demolition Man begins with a dark image of the future. 3 years into the future, to be exact. The movie was made in 1993, but it takes place in 1996. Wow, so much must have changed in 1,000 days. The Game Boy was out in 93, and then Nintendo released a smaller one in 96. So that happened. Oh yeah, and the collapse of society also happened. That sucks. Everyone must have gone broke buying Pokemon games. We see Sylvester Stallone with some hard bros in a chopper, just like the olden Rambo days. They're going to stop a bad boy who stole a pile of people on a bus. Silly jumps from the blade plane and lands in the nest of Naughty. The bullet swap meet begins, and Silly gives everyone a deal. Entrance to heaven, free all night long. Silly enters the Naughty Boy house, which is, of course, a warehouse. Naughty Boys always live in warehouses in the 90s. Silly does action all over the house until he finds the king of bad boys in the basement, Wesley Snipes. Sniper eats drugs with his nose. Then he says, "Enjoy Satan's barbecue." Then the building does the title of the movie. Demolitions. Man. Come on, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm doing 90s jokes. It is a 90s movie. Anyway, the warehouse crumbles to the ground. But luckily, Silly gave Sniper a piggyback ride out of the house. Cop boss asks Silly, "Where's the 30 innocent guys Sniper stole?" Silly is like, "I don't know, dude. The building only had bad boys." Then Sniper is like, "Nuh-uh." Then Raincoat Cop is like, "Dude, there's 30 dead dudes everywhere. They died because of building." Cop boss is ticked, and Sniper is tickled. Those dead guys didn't even get to play Magic Knight Ray Earth on Sega Saturn. So, Silly is sentenced to 70 years in cryo-snoozing. He's gonna miss the Dreamcast and Neo Geo Pocket. The ultimate punishment. Scientists splooge all over him, then they stick him in the fridge. Oof, he misses the release of the Tamagotchi by just 3 days. I had no idea this movie was so morbid. After staring at Silly's perfect lumps for 5 minutes, we fast forward to the future. The year 2032. So, 7 years from now. Nice, he gets to play GTA 6. Maybe. Don't hold your breath, Sly. Literally, don't hold your breath. You can come out of the splooge prison. Your sentence is over. Science Man calls police officer Sandra Bullock on his fiber optic iPad. Okay, that checks out. We got stuff like that right now. Demo Man predicted that one. Pretty good movie. Sandy drives to work in her self-driving Waymo. Okay, yup, we got that in 2025 as well. This literally looks like LA this morning in Calabasas. Whoa, what? That is LA in 7 years? Movie says she's on Santa Monica Boulevard and there's 2 cars on the road? And there's a lawn as far as the eye can see? Well, movie, you blew it. You're 2 for 3. Nice try. Waymo tells her, "Sorry, there's no crime in LA today. You live in polite utopia. Head to the police station and twiddle your thumbs once more." Then graffiti sprinkler appears and waters crime all over a sign. But sign fights crime, and graffiti goes away. Wow, this is like Star Trek life. Turns out, life isn't so utopious. There are men living underground pulling pranks. Crime gophers say, "Yum yum, Uber Eats. We're starving down here." Sandy gets to work and is greeted by Deuce Bigelow. Then Top Cop tells her, "Today is the apocalypse. They had a graffiti attack." Sandy is sad she missed 1 second of mayhem. We see Sandy's office is filled with prank toys and 90s paraphernalia. She's a simp for chaos. Down in the cop basement, Sniper is woken up from his 70-year sentence. The cops say, "Welcome to the future," and he says, "Welcome to the end," then karates them into the grave. Upstairs, Computer is like, 187, all stations on deck, and prude cops are like, "What the heck is 187? Then Computer is like, "SMH, it's murder, death, kill, you ignoramus. They're all dead. Get to copping." Snipes drives the Urkelmobile to a payphone, and payphone is a deluxe Vectrex arcade cabinet. Like in Totally Recalled. I gotta get to the future, I'm missing out. This one has Sega Saturn graphics, hubba hubba. Sniper hacks the 32-bit box and he starts sending himself a bunch of cash. Until Video Game hypnotizes him and says, "Murder, death, kill." Uh-oh, Snipes commits a capital crime when his potty mouth takes a dump 3 times. He's issued 3 citations for naughty language, then the cops show up. They're like, "Listen, maniac, your outlaw lips are coming with us." And he's like, "Nah. Karate!" Snipes out. This dude rules, cause he has no rules. You know who else does action and lives by no rules? Me. I mean, Dad. That robot guy. He's boxing on June 28th for the third time, and possibly final time, at Creator Clash 3. If you want to watch him beat up some 20-something Minecrafter, then get tickets for the pay-per-view or for in-person in Florida. Go to the website, creatorclash.com. If you donate $10 to the Stand Up to Cancer fundraiser at the Tiltify link, you're entered for a chance to win 2 flights, a hotel, and Creator Clash tickets for 2 people. The activation ends April 27th, so you better enter now. Back in the year 2032, we see some Zen guru is giving a seminar down at the LA Convention Center for a bunch of DeLorean iPads, until Otho, the interior decorator from Beetlejuice, shows up and says, "Hey, Doc, a bunch of cops got karateed inside out by 90s Ice Cube crime guy." Zen is like, "You cops better get this straightened out." Cop says, "Gulp." Sandy says, "Hey, dudes, I know all about the 90s. The only way to handle Sniper's 90s bad boy action is with 90s bad boy action." To the fridge they go, where they reanimate Rambo. Chief is like, "This is a bad idea. This is a cop madman. There's no difference between him and evil karate master." Sandy is like, "Hush, as I awaken the beast." She's like, "Hey, silly, we woke you up early. It's been 36 years and your wife is dead because the 2010 earthquake ate her. Anyway, want to start working again?" And he's like, "Let me go back to bed just for 35 more years. Sandy says, "We can't do that. You see, action star Wesley Snipes has karateed 11 people off the face of the earth, and we in 2032 only operate on chill vibes. So we don't know how to handle this 90s aggro era. Here, everything that's bad for you is banned. Alcohol, cigarettes, meat, caffeine." Silly says, "F. Oh, and swearing. That's illegal too. You do that again and it's back to the fridge." Silly meets his old friend, Old Cop. He says, "You look old. 36 years will do that to you." "Nice to have you back," says Geezy. Sniper is on the loose and looking for guns. No guns in the future except for the museum. Sniper takes a history lesson with a minor on murder. Silly sniffs him out and they party like the old days. But good times come to an end when Sniper snipes Silly with the future laser. Zen Master shows up to assess the museum's 90s makeover. Yup, holes everywhere and a dressing of smoke and flames. Looks great. Who's the artist? "That would be me," says Snipes. "Have a sample of my design from my brush." But something is wrong. Bad boy can't bad boy. Zen Master has remodeled his brain. Sniper has Robert Cop protocol going on in his brain and he can't shoot Zen. He's like, "Isn't there someone else you want to murder? Does the name Ed Friendly sound familiar?" Snipes is like, "Oh yeah, you read my mind." Literally, Snipes out. Zen then meets Silly and is like, this is gonna throw a wrench in my secret evil plan." Then he says, "Hey, Silly, why don't you join me tonight at Pizza Hut?" By the way, that's not a joke. I love Pizza Hut. Stuffed crust pizza with pineapple and mushrooms all day, baby. But I didn't write that. Zen Master is actually craving the Hut. All right, movie. I'm down. Sad and Silly drive to the Hut and past the San Diego Convention Center. The whole future takes place at a nerd fest. Snipes heads into the Ninja Turtles house and Sandy tells Silly that Pizza Hut defeated all the other restaurants in the franchise wars, so now all restaurants are Pizza Hut. Goodbye, everyone. Video is over. I'm leaving for the future. Okay, I'm back from the future. It sucks. There's no stuffed crust. Inside the hut is like Cinderella's space ball. And pizza is depression on a chrome plate. Dinner is cut short when the Gophers come up to raid the pizza bus. Silly cops them, until he realizes they're just hungry hippies who chose not to live life above in the Zen den. Silly Sand drive home from the hut and she's like, "I got you that thing you wanted." And that thing is a sick mini disc player or something. I don't know. Movie is vague and mysterious, but my electronic boner is going a-swing. Sniper and Zen cut a deal. Snipes wants the entire town of Malibu if he kills this man named Friend. But hey, what the even heck is going on with Rambo getting defrosted? That dude is good at action. You gotta defrost my old crime crew if I'm gonna do this job. Zen is like, "Yeah, sure, fine." Now to the part of the movie we've all been waiting for. The mind fuck. Sandy is like, "Hey, let's bone." And Silly is like, "Hell yeah." Then she busts out a Virtual Boy. And he's like, "This thing sucked back in 95 and it sucks now. Let's do it organic style." And she's like, "Ew, no body bone, only brain bone." And he's like, "Do I look like Professor X? Give me them boobs." And she's like, flesh is a crime. Your crime penis is going to jail. Zen Master says fluid transfer is illegal. Get out. Sulking Silly blue balls it out of there. Then the movie had a whole scene about Nathan Barnett's Patreon, and it said all these people support these videos, and if you like them, then maybe you could support with a few bucks too. And even if you sign up for free, you're still entered into the monthly raffles to win stuff like Game Boys and Pokemon skateboards. So strange. What a weird scene. Anyway, Sly puts his GameCube game in, and he gets a surprise sexy call from a wrong number. Then GameCube shows him Zen and Snipes naughty negotiating. The next morning, Silly gives Sandy a sweater he knit for her completely by hand last night. Dude was programmed with domestic abilities while snoozing in the fridge. Snipes was programmed to be a hacker while conked in the cold. Who gave them this programming? Super sus. The duo head back to E3 to talk to Zen. Sly says, I know you're the one puppeteering Prison Pal. Zen says, don't look at me with that crime gun. Back to the fridge, now. Sly says, nah, I'm shutting down this whole thing my way. The 90s way. Into the turtle lair they go. Underground is a whole city of people living a life of filth and freedom. No Pizza Hut in sight, but they got Bud Light and dead cows. The perfect meal for a 90s man. That's no cow, says Sandy. That's rat. Potato, says Silly. Dinner is cut short by the Rat King. Rat King tells him Zen Master can't run my life. I'm living my best life in the pipes, reading Playboys and saying swear words. No parents, no rules. Sly says, Zen wants you dead. Then we see Sniper rallying Jesse the Body Ventura and his wrestling pals. Time to kill the Rat King and Rambo. The bullet convention begins. It was a waste of ruthless aggression because no one dies. Sniper cockroaches it away into the pipes. Sly knows what to do. He ganks an old gas guzzler and chases Sniper in the electric Uber. A battle on the streets. American muscle versus a fiber optic Ferrari. Sly can't defeat the self-healing quantum cab. So he does action. He tells Sandy to take the wheel, but she doesn't know how to drive a non-self-driving car. Now, if this was the 90s, then there would be many a joke I could make about women drivers. But since it's 2025, I will say, regardless of penis or vagine, due to the individual's innocence and lack of archaic machine experience, she is unable to properly complete the driving objective in a controlled manner. But then she says, F your stereotypes, and blazes in like a future Formula One Hun. Then she pulls Silly from his crashed car cocoon. Top Cop says, you're under arrest, Rocky, for the 10th time. Then Sandy tells him to take his job and shovel it. Not shove it. Her joke, not mine. The rat's nest breached the surface, and they're here to help. The prude Pope tells Sniper he's almost created the ultimate society, with zero naughty biz as far as the eye can see. Sniper says, kill Culty over here, will you? Rude Crew gives him his death dinner just as Silly arrives. Silly stuns Sandy in order to keep her safe. If women can't drive in the 90s, how could they ever do action and save the day? Hey, I didn't write this. I wonder if we'll see her again in the nick of time. Sly slides into the crime convention just as Snipes wakes up 80 of the naughtiest boys. A shootout begins in the midst of many frozen buttholes. Snipes gets Silly in his metal clutches. He claw games him over a barrel of death. Oh, thank God, the hero has escaped certain death using his huge muscles, just moments before the end of the movie. Snipes gets ticked and Ghostbusters the room to rubble. The final fight begins, a battle of brutes, a good old-fashioned 90s slug and slam seminar. They toss and tumble over all the buttholes until Silly drops the infinite ice pick and sends Snipes back to his Arctic detention. Then he sub-zeros him back to hell. This was the sickest end death I've ever seen. Good job, movie. Silly saved the day, and the lady Sandy did absolutely nothing. Okay. No redemption or pivotal role for her. Okay, good job, 90s. Moments later, Silly says to Top Cop, your old way of life is over. The rats are back and swears are cool again. Sandy says, give me that facial fluid, baby. And Sly's like, I just learned that my wife is dead yesterday, but sure, why not? Then he gobbles some Sandra Bull lips. Get it? Yeah, alright, it's not that good of a joke. The end. Thanks for watching. Tell me more movies. Thanks, patrons. Join if you want to win free stuff each month. You can join for free or support with a few bucks. Okay, bye-bye.